Coming of Age is coming up next. I'm your host, Emily Echeverria. First today, we're speaking with nurse practitioner Dolores Holtmann about the importance of getting your annual wellness checkup. Next, we'll be checking in with our local Alzheimer's Association chapter about their work providing education and support to those affected by Alzheimer's and other dementias throughout the community. Lastly, we've got the Pensacola Humane Society here to talk to us about how improving the lives of companion animals can improve the lives of seniors and caregivers. Stay with us. Coming of Age starts right now. As we age, staying active in life and involved in the community can become a challenge. But with Council on Aging of West Florida's wide range of home-based services, you remain healthy, independent, and engaged. From Meals on Wheels and respite care to senior dining sites and the retreat, you'll find the support and connection that you need to age well. Aging looks different for everyone, and we're here to help you meet your needs and thrive while maintaining what makes you, you. We've been in the community since 1972, advocating for elders and supporting those who care for our parents and grandparents. Now, join us as we discuss the age-related issues that matter to you. Why visit the doctor when you're not sick, you may wonder? Taking a proactive approach to health rather than waiting until a problem occurs is vital to a person's overall wellness. Visiting your doctor for an annual health and wellness exam is a good practice, and here today to tell us more about what you can expect at your annual wellness visit is Dolores Holtmann, a nurse practitioner with the Baptist Medical Group Family Medicine Westside office. Thank you for being here today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Before we begin, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
So I am a nurse practitioner at Baptist Medical Care. I have a master's degree in nursing and I'm board certified in family practice. Mm-hmm. And I've been a nurse for 27 years and a nurse practitioner for 8. Wow. I moved here from Kentucky about 4 years ago from a farm just to be closer to the beach.
Sure. And what exactly is a wellness exam? Is it different from an annual physical?
It is. So an annual wellness visit is done once every 12 months for Medicare people. It allows us to gain the information about the patient ahead of time. It allows us to gain the information about the patient to ensure that the patients are up to date on their preventive screenings and that they have the resources that they need at home, whether that they have their food, they have water, they have their clothing that they need. During the visit, we'll do a health risk assessment questionnaire, and this will also update their medical history. We'll check their, make sure we have all of their recent surgeries, and we'll update their medications. We'll look at their immunization history to make sure they are up to date with that and not do anything right now, and also look at their family history. The health risks will be evaluated also by looking at their social activities, looking at smoking, drinking, things like that. And we also look at their emotional and psychological well-being to make sure that they are safe at home and doing well. We will do some basic vital signs, blood pressure, pulse rate, and we'll also check their height and weight. And the services provided during the wellness visit, they differ from the typical visits. It's not your everyday preventive visit, and also the annual physical exam. For example, we won't do a physical exam. We won't go over any labs, and we won't order any medications during the annual wellness visits.
Okay. So why is it important to have your wellness visit annually?
So it's essential to have this so that we can, as providers, update the medical records to make sure everything is up to date. And it provides us the opportunity to improve the patient's quality of care. This also gives us time for patient engagement and also some health education as needed. And it's a chance for us to review their wellness, and we develop a personalized prevention plan for them.
And does insurance cover the cost of a wellness visit?
Yes, Medicare B covers this. It is free to the patients once a year.
Okay. And if someone would like to make an appointment with your office, what is the best way for them to contact you?
So this can be completed by myself or the primary care provider. So all they need to do is call their primary care physician's office and they can get it scheduled with either one of us.
So tell me a little bit more about kind of what makes it different from that annual physical, because it sounds like it's a bit of a more holistic approach where you're covering everything going on socially and with their emotional and physical wellness.
Yes, so they will do on their health risk assessment questionnaire. It's a long questionnaire, and it gives us, it lets them tell us what they need, what they feel. It asks about depression. It asks about falls. It's more of how they feel things are going. We're looking to see if they need any education on diabetes or high blood pressure, anything like that. And then also I'm looking for if they need resources to, like I said before, if they need a walker, or they're not being able to get around the house by themselves, or if they're having trouble getting to their doctor's office visits. We have a resource guide that I can give them, and also we have phone numbers that we give them, like to United Way and different things that they can call to help them get the resources that they need at home.
Sure, so you're really looking at what might be a barrier that is coming up for this person to getting the health care resources that they need.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then tell me more about the kind of education that you're giving to people that they might be needing.
So basically, if I find somebody, it's a lot on the prevention, immunizations, and the preventive screening, because different ages you do different ages for different screens. So a lot of people get confused. Do I need to get my mammogram? Do I not need to get my mammogram? So I let them know at the age of 75, 76, they don't have to do a preventive screening like their mammogram, colonoscopy, things like that. But I always tell everybody that that doesn't mean that they can't ever have one. If they ever find something that they are worried about or having symptoms, then they can always tell their primary care, and then they can always order tests as a diagnostic thing. But this is basically to keep them up to date with their preventive stuff and their immunizations to keep them healthy.
And then what are the kind of resources you would offer if, say, there's a senior who's experiencing, loneliness or depression, something on the more emotional side of things?
So as far as depression goes, I make sure that they are on a medication. If they're on the medication, is it working? And most of the times when people are answering questions as far as depression, they'll answer, yes, I have this, but then they are on medication for it already, and with the medication, it's better. So I just make sure that if it's not better, then I will contact the primary care, send them a message letting them know, hey, the patient is having a little hard time with this. Can you meet with them and maybe talk about medications with them?
Sure. Okay. Is there anything else you want to let everyone know about wellness visits?
No, I mean, it's a good time to come in and talk to us. We actually get the time to talk to them,
Right.
where during a normal visit, we don't have the time.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we're talking about the mission of the Alzheimer's Association and an exciting upcoming event they'll be hosting. Stay with us.
If you're looking for a fun and exciting environment for your loved one, then L&L Executive Adult Daycare is a perfect fit. We offer social gatherings, physical activities, games, outings, and daily luncheons from Karen's Catering. We take a holistic approach to social stimulation and aim to enrich the lives of our guests. Let us help restore your loved one's mind, body, and soul. We'd love to speak to you. L&L Executive Adult Daycare. Big business love with small town feel.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference. The Beacon at Gulf Breeze offers the finest senior living community in the area. We are here for your loved ones who need assisted living and advanced memory care services. Seniors will feel right at home with studio, one-bedroom apartments, a large dining area, a beautiful landscape courtyard, and even a salon. With professional staff and one-on-one care, your loved ones are our top priority. Welcome to the Beacon at Gulf Breeze. Welcome home.
The Alzheimer's Association is leading the way in ending Alzheimer's disease and other dementias by driving research, raising awareness, and providing support and educational resources for those living with Alzheimer's and for caregivers. The organization also engages in advocacy and raises awareness about Alzheimer's and dementia to mobilize people to action in the fight against the disease. Here to tell us more is Director of Community Engagement, Katie Fahrenbruch. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, tell me about the mission of the Alzheimer's Association and what your role is with the organization.
Sure, so I'm going to back up just a little bit and tell you what the vision of the Alzheimer's Association is. And the vision of the association is a world without Alzheimer's and all other dementia. And so to accomplish that vision, our mission is kind of a three-pronged mission, and that is to accelerate research, to maximize care and support for people that are impacted by this disease, and then to also drive risk reduction. So those are kind of the three prongs of our mission. My particular role, in Florida, we have 3 chapters of the Alzheimer's Association who function as one region. And so those 3 chapters work collaboratively across the state to provide that type of support in every county of Florida. And so my role as a statewide staff actually kind of focuses on professional training, which I'll touch on a little bit later. But in the message that I'd like people to hear is that in every county of the state, there are boots on the ground staff, there's a program manager, and there's a walk manager who are in your local communities providing that support to those communities that you see every day out and about in your regular communities.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, tell me about the resources you offer for people who have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or with another dementia.
So the resources for people that have been diagnosed overlap somewhat with the resources that are available for caregivers of people or care partners of people that have been diagnosed. But specifically for people with a diagnosis, we do have a couple of resources available. One of those is our 24-hour helpline, which is actually available to anyone that needs it. 24 hours a day, there's a real person that will answer the phone and say, you know, if you need information about your diagnosis, if you need to understand how this is going to affect you going forward, if you need emotional support, there's a professional counselor available 24 hours a day on that helpline. And so the helpline's always available. We have early stage support groups where people with a diagnosis can actually come together with other people that are also diagnosed, so they can kind of feel that sense of belonging with someone, because we often see people feel somewhat isolated from their normal social structure. And then we also have, in certain parts of the state, we have some social activities that are geared towards people in the early stages that they can participate in, whether it be a museum tour or an art class, different things like that that are kind of specifically geared towards those with a diagnosis.
That's awesome. Tell me about the local Walk to End Alzheimer's that I know is coming up.
Yeah, so October 2nd is the Pensacola Bay Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's at Community Maritime Park, and registration opens at 2 p.m. That is a Sunday afternoon. It's usually really, really lovely to have that Sunday afternoon walk. So this is a day where we celebrate our community coming together to support people that have either passed away with this disease or are currently living with this disease. The caregivers, the providers in the community, everyone comes together to show that support. So it really is a beautiful day of support and encouragement. And, you know, the Walk to End Alzheimer's is how we fund ourselves at the Alzheimer's Association. All of the resources that we provide to people with a diagnosis or a caregiver are always offered at no charge. And so our walks are our major fundraiser across the country. And for people to find more information about the walk here in Pensacola, they can actually visit alz.org/Pensacola, and it will take them to their local walk page.
Okay. And how can someone participate in the walk? Can anyone just come and register and be a part of it? And I know there's some teams. Our organization has a team.
Yes, so they can, you can show up the day of the event. If you haven't registered before, you can register day of. It's free to register. You don't have to provide any donation or anything to register. You can register as an individual. You can register a team. But we do encourage people to register ahead of time because there are some benefits. You get all the notifications about what's coming up. If you raise $100, you actually get this year's walk t-shirt that would be mailed out to you. But anyone can participate, and you can, if at the last minute you decide you can make it, come on down October 2nd and join us because we'll be down at Community Maritime Park.
Wonderful. And what are some other opportunities for people to get involved with the organization?
So the association, we kind of have a public health model in our organization. So, we utilize not only the staff that we have employed, but we also have a vast network of volunteers. And as you mentioned in your introduction, the association is really going after this disease in a lot of different ways, whether it's through advocacy or research or care and support, and we need volunteers to help us achieve that mission. And so if someone's interested in advocacy where they're going to their local, state, or federal legislative bodies and making sure that Alzheimer's disease is at the forefront of their thoughts when they're looking at budgeting and bills that they're passing, things like that, that's an opportunity. We have volunteer community educators. So these are people going out to the community to educate others. We have volunteer support group facilitators, and of course, walk day. So people can get involved that way. Another way people can get involved is we are also on a mission here in Florida to create a much more dementia-capable workforce. And so we are actually offering a 4-hour person-centered dementia-friendly, person-centered dementia care training to professionals in long-term care and community-based care settings. So this is something that we're excited to do, and so people can reach out to us locally if they need to get involved with that. We'd love to see them participate in our training. Again, no charge.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. This has been very informative, and we're really excited about the walk coming up.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We're talking with Pensacola Humane Society about their work and the benefits of companion animals next.
Over 2 decades ago, TLC Caregivers partnered with the Council on Aging of West Florida to assist seniors with non-medical help to stay independent in their own homes. Our commitment to providing these services started in 1989 and has grown to aid people from birth through geriatrics. From a short visit of 2 hours to 24 hours a day. We're a proud sponsor of the Council on Aging of West Florida. We're TLC Caregivers.
When cancer tries to take you away from the things that matter most, Baptist Cancer Institute offers caring physicians and the most innovative treatment options. With convenient locations and a wide array of support programs and services, we're here to help you during the most difficult of times. As a member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network, we're bringing even more innovative cancer care to our community right here at home. When you need cancer care, we'll be there.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
may know of the Pensacola Humane Society as a place where you can adopt an adorable dog or cat to add to your family, but the scope of this organization goes far beyond adoptions. They have grown to offer programs for pet owners, community education, plus adoption and fostering opportunities. Here to tell us all about the ongoing efforts of Pensacola Humane Society is Director of Development, Manda Moore-Joseph. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thanks for having us.
So tell me about the mission of Pensacola Humane Society.
So our mission is kind of broad at the beginning because we've been around for 80 years now, so it covers a lot of ground. But the basis of what our call to action is now is really about getting into our community and helping directly with the community's pet needs. That can go anything from basic obedience that they might not be able to afford to they can't afford food sometimes, so we have a pet pantry for that. So basically, we don't only just offer the adoptions and we have a foster program and a volunteership program, but we also have community-oriented programs that actually help inside your actual community around you.
Yeah, wow. What are some of the special programs you have for community outreach and to help pet owners?
So this is super exciting. Last year, we were able to set up, thanks to the Chadburn Foundation, Louie's Love Fund. What Louie's Love Fund does, it's an emergent needs program, meaning that it comes in and financially assists. Say your pet gets hit by a car, unfortunately. You might not have the $400 to $3,000 that might cost to help your pet get through that injury. So we actually step in and help you and help absorb that cost for you, because we believe that no matter what your financial circumstances, everyone should have the ability to own their pet and keep their pet. So if it is because of a financial reason that you would say have to rehome it, surrender it, or unfortunately put it down because of that injury, that's where we want to step in and help financially so you can still retain your pet.
Mm-hmm. That's so awesome, because it's, you know, when you're in that situation where your pet is suffering and you have to make these hard choices, the financial burden is such a horrible thing to add on top.
It's a really difficult thing for people to have to go through. I mean, we already have things in place. We have a resource center that's on Beverly, and at our resource center, we provide you with basic obedience training for your pets. A lot of times people rehome their animal because of obedience issues, and it's really because they can't afford a trainer themselves. Mm-hmm. So we help provide that. We also have the pet food pantry where they can come all the time and get food. I believe they give it out weekly or monthly, depending on what their schedule is. It's open 3 days a week. We also have the help team, so you can actually email help@pensacolahumane.org, and no matter what that issue is that you might have, we probably have a resource for you, whether we have it within our own organization or with our partner organizations.
And is this for any pet owner, or?
It is.
Okay.
We make sure that there's not this qualifier, because what ends up happening is people fall in the cracks. So if you're paycheck to paycheck, you might not qualify for a lot of things around town where you have to meet a lower median income.
Sure.
So you might be in that in-between, and most working individuals do fall in that in-between.
Yeah.
So we don't do qualifiers just for that one reason. I don't want to leave somebody out that's doing their best and is working really hard, but they might just need a little bit of help. You know,
Sure.
We want to provide that help.
So what are some of the benefits of adopting a pet for maybe seniors specifically?
Well, outside of the norm that you would think, you know, obviously it helps you get up and go in the morning. It also gets you active. And a lot of times, you know, you can become very sedentary. And I don't blame them, because they've worked really hard. Now they're retired, and
Sure.
it's supposed to be the best years of your life is how it's always, you know. But a lot of times you see they don't really know what to do themselves a lot. I know my father had that same problem, to be fair. He retired, he worked 46 years, and he set, and he was just like, I don't know what to do. So getting out with the animal, it really does stimulate them to get more active, and then that activity creates more even within the community too. Mm-hmm. And it gives a purpose, you know, that animal depends on you. Mm-hmm. So now you have something that has a purpose that you have to get up and you have to do this for that animal. So it's really helpful that way too, and it's a good stress reliever.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tell me about the fostering program. How does that work?
So our fostering program, we have two different ways that you can foster. One is it lasts about anywhere from 3 weeks to 4 weeks, and that typically is the younger animals, the neonates. There's bottle feeding. If that's too much for you, you can actually take when they're toddlers. I call them toddlers. That lasts about 3 weeks, and that's just until we can get them their shots and them spay-neutered and microchipped, and then they go onto the adoption floor. But we also have timeout fostering, where people can actually come and get animals that are ready to go, but maybe they just need a little time, or they're struggling in the shelter environment. That's very difficult, especially on adult animals that come out of a home environment. And then we also have a really cool program that Alicia Martinez, our head of fosters, created called Save a Plate. The Save a Plate program is just for holidays, so Christmas, Thanksgiving, and we actually clear our entire shelter. And all of the animals go out into the community, and it's literally just for like 2 days. It's for the holiday itself, really. It's twofold for us. It gives all of our employees a break because we still have to have people there, even if it is Christmas morning, because the animals don't stop breathing just because it's a holiday. So somebody still has to be at the shelter itself, but this gives them a break, and those animals get to see what it's like to be in a home environment. And it's a really short thing. So a lot of times that's a really good opportunity for somebody if they're not sure they want to take on a bigger 3-week, 4-week, fostering.
Tell me about the kind of senior adoption specials. You were telling me that if a senior were to adopt a pet, or if you do have some senior pets, tell me about that.
Okay, so our senior pets themselves are actually a free adoption. These animals really shouldn't be in this situation, to be honest. All they want to be loved, and a lot of times they're kind of slower at that pace, so we definitely try to push really hard to get them out of the shelter. So they actually are free adoptions for our senior animals. Now, senior citizens in our community can actually adopt for free from us. Okay. So that's a program that we do have. It's no cost to them whatsoever.
Awesome. What are some volunteer opportunities for those who might not be in a place to adopt or foster?
So we have a plethora of different things they can do, and we actually curtail that to the individual itself. So we have a huge list of things that they can do as a volunteer that is interactive with animals or not interactive with animals, because a lot of our older individuals too that foster with us, they know that they just we'll take everything home. It's a foster fail kind of scenario. But so basically, if you just want to call and answer phones for us, you can do that. If you want to help with mail outs, you can do that from your home. So we have so many different opportunities for volunteering, and our volunteer head is amazing and will definitely get back all to you quickly. They can find all that information too on our website.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Let us know about these awesome programs. Thanks for watching. Until next time, enjoy life. You've earned it.